So, Jeff, I'll start off by asking how your mayoral campaign is going.
Jeff MacIntyre 2080 is going fantastic. Just starting to assemble my team. And we should be ready to go in the next 20, 35 years. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Most embarrassing Netflix show you've watched in the last year?
I watched some weird thing recently called The Neighbor, and it was completely in Spanish. And it was about a superhero. I didn't really understand most of it.
Jeff, karaoke night. You would be up there. That much we know.
Absolutely, yeah.
What song would you be singing?
Either Barry White or maybe some Stevie Wonder Superstition. Something that's got some funk.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah.
You do some comedy. So what's the best heckle you've ever had to handle?
I don't get heckled because I'm that good.
Oh my gosh.
let me be the first.
I don't actually recall being heckled yet, so we'll see when it comes.
All right, well, let us know.
Yeah.
Okay, one last one on if you were to be a superhero, what powers would you have?
I would have the powers of Jeff MacIntyre.
Not surprising whatsoever. So, Jeff, in terms of how you got into politics, why you love politics?
It would be my grandmother. She wasn't involved in any kind of political party or anything like that, but she would not let me not argue. So if I said something stupid, she would make me back it up and force me to flesh out the entire argument around it. And for most of my young life, I spent arguing it with my grandmother. That turned me into getting to actually understand things before I spoke up. So it got me researching. That got me into politics. I was a little bit involved with the Conservative Party at a very young age, in my high schoolish type age. That didn't last very long. When the parties merged, I couldn't support it anymore. And at that point, I just stopped supporting parties in general because I care more about the individual issues than a jersey.
What is an issue you care about?
I'm big on the environment. Just general ability for people to be upwardly mobile in life. I want to see people be able to have the chance to go from one level of society to the next within a generation. And I think we're in a rough place right now where that's not very likely. I saw a stat a little while ago that you're more likely to go from middle class to millionaire as a lottery winner than through hard work. So I think, that's some big societal issues that are around right now.
For sure. So in terms of the podcast, what was your interest in kind of jumping ship on this and getting that going?
Richard asked me, and I don't think about things and just say yes.
Noted. After the mayoral run, do you think you're going to run for office? You had a good run back in 2011 or 2010 for Ward 12.
Yeah.
Haven't run since?
So there's a few things, right? I think it's difficult for a young professional to run, or I'm not even that young anymore, but for a professional to run for council. If I ran for council, I'd be in conflict all over the place because of my client base. So I wouldn't run unless I could take a hiatus or something like that. And that's just not realistic with the way council's set up right now. But at some point in the future, when that changes, I might look at a run again. Yeah.
Most terrifying political moment?
I honestly... It just hasn't happened. The closest I can think is the mayoral election where I worked on the Brian Bigger campaign. I was somewhat terrified of the two candidates that looked likely to win. So when Brian came through the door and said, I'm thinking of running for mayor, I was like, it's better than what the options are. And I worked with him.
What's your most gratifying campaign moment?
It was probably his campaign, to be honest with you. We put together a campaign on shoestring budget. I think we paid 10 cents to the dollar of the other two candidates.
It was like $35,000 all in.
Yeah, so it was ridiculously low. We were able to get all the media messaging that we wanted to. We controlled the media messaging the entire campaign. Everybody was playing catch up with us. So just the actual structural flow of that campaign, I think, would be the one that was like the most exciting. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks, Jeff.
Yeah.
It's great to get to know you. Looking forward to being on a podcast with you sometime.
Maybe one day.